Five years is a long time to wait and hope. It almost doesn't feel real. Like, I don't know, I feel like they're gonna pull a rug out from underneath us at some point, right? And so it was like, yeah, I'd like to see this real life, whether or not KKR really means it.
And I think there was a lot of skepticism at our plant. It's just something they're telling us, to make us happy.
Well, we really want to get a return on this, and is it worth it?
So one of the things we sometimes struggle with at the front end of a new ownership program is colleagues question, is this real? Am I really ever going to make X dollars on my equity if we hit our plan? And this, I think, relates to decades and generations of mistrust between ownership and management and workers.
Well, I actually got called into my boss's office and he asked me what was I doing next week, and I'm still working. So he said, how would you like to go on a trip? And I said, yeah, sure, why not?
I got an email from my manager just saying, hey, there's an event going on. There's another company that KKR owns, and they're gonna find out what they're getting from their sale. Would you like to go?
Rolling into Arthur. A lot of farms, a lot of farmland, and then here's this company that pops out, says C.H.I. on it. So we walked in, everybody's murmuring, everybody's staring at us because we have different labeled shirts on.
There was a lot of people and they're just like, what are we here for? I'm sure that a lot of people were like, we got stuff to do. Why are we stopping, And where have all these cameras coming from?
And then as I was able to mingle with other people and just find out their story, they didn't know what they were at that meeting for.
They were annoyed that they had to stay late after work and they didn't know why they were there.
All right, this is a little different than when we normally get together. Anybody want to have an owners meeting? Pete Stavros, chairman of C.H.I.
At some point, during this presentation, they just told everybody, based on tenure, this is your anticipated payout from the buyout. Just the energy in the room really shifted.
You've seen people turning around, hugging their coworkers, their friends.
So there was a lady in front of me just crying, and other people patting her yeah, that's you, that's what you're getting. It was just genuine happiness for another human being, and look what we did as a collective.
I couldn't imagine, coming in thinking that you're just having another, quarterly meeting, and then all of a sudden your entire life has changed.
There were some people there that are walking away with almost $500,000. From this day, from this moment, it will never be the same.
To see people be free for a moment. A lot of those worries just kind of rolled off their shoulders.
And it didn't just go to the pockets of your CFO, your CEO, your hedge fund managers. It went to the right pockets. So they were doing the same thing that we're trying to do in our 5-year plan.
I did imagine myself, 4 or 5 years from now, being in their shoes. It's absolutely mind-blowing.
It's different when someone tells you, but then when you see it and it's actually reality, that actually can happen. That actually happened.
Seeing it today was seeing and believing.
It's real, and we need to do everything we can to grow our share in the company. I think we're in a position to potentially do even better, but we all have to be invested in it and do what needs to be done.
We work with people for 12 hours a day. You get pretty close and pretty attached to some of them and some of the stories, some of the struggles. And I was like, man, this makes the world of difference for you.
We really try hard, as we did with C.H.I. overhead doors, up front to say, this is equity, it's risk. Now it's free to you, so you're not risking your capital, but it's not a guarantee. And if things go bad, it may not materialize, If things go well, we could dramatically exceed what we tell people. CNG is a different scale of company in terms of the size of the organization, in terms of revenue. I think the company's got enormous potential.
Coming out of COVID into this type of market that we're in right now, prices are inflating like crazy.
All the labor shortages that we're experiencing, the actual product shortages that we're experiencing,
Even our electric bill has gone up like 14%.
the rising cost of transportation now, which isn't only impacting them, it's impacting all of us too.
If it stays this way, it's going to be a very challenging road.
Whatever little money you already had now has to stretch that much further.
Our bar is set very high. So I hope we can do it. I really hope we can do it.
A group of people took a journey together off an idea. And that's what we can do. We can set each other up for success by absolutely believing in each other.
People is the most precious thing that you can value. So for them to just give a piece of the pie, oh, that right there that's enough. That's enough.